routine college hockey game turned into a chilling reminder of how dangerous the sport can be. Jeremy Langlois, a freshman defenseman for number 10 Maine, had to be taken off the ice on a stretcher after a violent hit in the Black Bears' 3-0 road win over Boston College on November 23rd, raising immediate concerns about a possible concussion and long-term health. Fire. Quick facts: Jeremy Langlois left the game on a stretcher after a heavy check from Brady Berard and is being evaluated for a potential concussion. Maine earned a 3-0 shutout victory over Boston College at Concussion. The collision occurred with 8:46 remaining in the third period. Langlois was conscious and able to move his arms and legs before leaving the ice. Goaltender Mathis Rousseau recorded his first career shutout, turning aside all 21 shots he faced. But here's where it gets especially unsettling. A hit that appeared to be within the rules still led to a scene that left players, coaches, and fans visibly shaken. The terrifying on-ice incident. Late in the third period, Langlois was battling in the corner when Berard delivered a powerful shoulder-to-shoulder hit that launched the freshman awkwardly into the boards. The force of the impact sent him crashing to the ice, where his head made hard contact. And he did not get up right away. In an instant, the energy in the arena shifted from competitive intensity to anxious silence. Both benches froze as it became clear something was seriously wrong. Players from both teams dropped to one knee while medical personnel sprinted onto the ice with emergency gear. For roughly 10 long minutes, everyone in the building watched as trainers carefully assessed Langlois, strapped him to a stretcher, and prepared him for safe transport. Moments like that remind everyone that beneath the helmets and pads are young athletes whose futures can change in a single play. After the game, Maine head coach Berard noted that Langlois was able to move his extremities, a crucial early sign that eased immediate fears about spinal damage. Boston College coach Greg Brown remarked that Langlois likely took a significant blow to the head, hinting at a probable concussion without making an official diagnosis. Both coaches expressed cautious optimism, but the possibility of a head injury still loomed large over the night. And this is the part most people miss. Even when a player can move and talk, the true impact of a brain injury often reveals itself only in the hours and days that follow. Maine's emotional, dominant performance, with such a frightening moment hanging over the game, the actual hockey almost felt secondary. Still, Maine delivered an impressive performance, channeling emotion into focus and structure. Freshman goalie Mathis Rousseau was outstanding, calmly turning away all 21 Boston College shots and never allowing the Eagles to mount a serious comeback threat. On the offensive side, Miguel Marquez led the way by scoring twice, giving Maine both early momentum and late insurance. Josh Nadeau added another goal, helping the Black Bears not only secure the win, but also snap Boston College's 5-game winning streak. For Maine, this victory carried extra weight, as it was the program's first win in 7 attempts at Concussion and allowed them to earn a series split after a tough 7-3 loss in the first game. Rousseau's shutout was particularly notable, given that he had been in a backup role since early November. Stepping into the spotlight under pressure, he showed poise and positioning beyond his years, turning a big opportunity into a statement game. On a night overshadowed by injury, his first career shutout became a bright spot, though one that will always be remembered alongside the frightening scene involving Langlois. Key stats and game flow. Here's a quick look at the numbers behind the game. Statistic: Maine, Boston College. Final score: 3-0. Shots on goal: 19-21. Goaltender saves: 21 Rousseau, 16 Cloutier. Series results: split 1-1, lost series. Location: Concussion, Chestnut Hill. Home loss. Maine wasted no time setting the tone. Just 1:32 into the opening period, Marquez found the back of the net, giving the Black Bears an early lead and silencing the home crowd. Later in the first frame, Nadeau struck shorthanded, turning a Boston College power play into a dagger that put Maine firmly in control. In the third period, the Black Bears added a crucial insurance goal, again from Marquez, to push the lead to 3-0 and effectively seal the result. While Boston College generated more shots overall, Maine's defensive structure and Rousseau's sharp play ensured that most attempts were manageable. In games like this, efficient scoring combined with reliable goaltending can be more important than volume of chances. Concussion protocol and safety spotlight. Beyond the box score, this game thrust concussion awareness and player safety back into the spotlight. In college hockey, the NCAA mandates strict procedures when a concussion is suspected. Athletes must be removed from play, evaluated, and then follow a step-by-step return-to-play process, supervised by medical professionals. They are not allowed to come back to practice or competition until a physician clears them, which can take days or weeks depending on symptoms. The collision involving Langlois illustrates just how punishing modern hockey can be, even when hits look technically legal. Body checks along the boards remain an accepted part of the sport, yet they carry a high risk when a player goes in at the wrong angle or at high speed. Teams and leagues constantly walk a tightrope, trying to preserve physical, hard-nosed hockey while prioritizing the long-term health of players. Both Bear and Brown describe the incident as scary, reflecting how rattling it can be to see a young player immobilized on the ice. The encouraging news is that Langlois was awake, responsive, and able to move his limbs soon after the impact, which are all positive indicators. Still, head trauma is complex, and even seemingly mild concussions can have significant consequences if not treated carefully. The next few days of rest, monitoring, and medical evaluation will likely play a major role in determining his recovery timeline. But here's where it gets controversial. If a hit meets the rulebook's definition of legal, yet still ends with a player on a stretcher, is the rulebook itself part of the problem? What's next for Maine and BC? From a standings perspective, this game sent the two programs in slightly different directions. Maine improved to 8-5-1 overall and 5-3 in Hockey East, a solid position as they move deeper into the season. The Black Bears now get a breather with a weekend off before hosting regional rival New Hampshire on December 5-6, a series that could help them build on this momentum. For Maine, Rousseau's breakout performance offers reassurance that they have depth in net, which is crucial over a long season filled with back-to-backs and physical battles. If he continues to perform at this level, the coaching staff may have more flexibility in managing goalie workloads and matchups. Boston College, meanwhile, dropped to 7-5-1 overall and 5-3 in league play after seeing their 5-game winning streak snapped. The Eagles will look to regroup quickly as they prepare to host Notre Dame on Friday at 1 p.m., a game that gives them a chance to bounce back in front of their fans. For a team that had been rolling, this loss is a reminder that even strong stretches can be derailed by one off night or one exceptional performance from an opponent. The biggest unresolved storyline, however, is Langlois' health. His presence on Maine's blue line matters not only for this season but for the program's development, as freshman defensemen often grow into key contributors over multiple years. Everyone around the team will be hoping for a full recovery that allows him to return when it is truly safe, even if that means taking extra time. Has hockey's physical edge gone too far? Every time a player is taken off on a stretcher after what appears to be a clean hit, debate flares up about how physical the sport should be. Should governing bodies like the NCAA rethink what counts as a legal check, especially near the boards? In this case, Berard's hit looked shoulder to shoulder and along the wall with no obvious intent to target the head or injure. Yet the outcome, an injured freshman lying motionless, was terrifying. College hockey thrives on intensity, contact, and emotional swings, and many fans and players love the game for exactly that reason. At the same time, awareness of brain health and long-term consequences of repeated head impacts has never been higher. The challenge is finding a balance where the game remains tough and competitive without sacrificing player safety, especially when it comes to hits that could affect cognitive health years down the line. Some argue that better enforcement, stricter penalties, and continued refinement of checking rules are needed to reduce dangerous collisions, even if it means dialing back some of the sport's traditional physicality. Others counter that players understand the risks and that over-regulating contact could fundamentally change the identity of hockey. This tension between tradition and safety sits at the heart of the current conversation. So here's the big question to you. Do you think the sport is doing enough to protect college players from serious head injuries? Or is it time for more radical changes to checking rules and contact along the boards? Should hits like the one on Langlois be treated differently, even if they appear legal in real time? Share whether you agree or disagree and why in the comments. Michael Brown is a veteran sports journalist with years of experience covering professional and collegiate athletics. He specializes in breaking down not just what happened in a game, but why it matters, offering context on player storylines, coaching decisions, and broader trends across the sports world. His work aims to keep fans informed, engaged, and thinking more deeply about the events they watch unfold on the ice, field, or court.